Well, good morning, St. Pete. Let me first recognize my Deputy Mayor and City Administrator, Dr. Kanika Tomlin, who is with us here. Our Council Chair and members of City Council are also here with us today. We want to thank you all for being here today. You know, when this day started, we thought we were going to have to move this thing inside today because of a little bit of rain. And interestingly enough, several of us are wearing gray, maybe because we thought that's what the skies were going to be. But after all, we are in St. Petersburg, which is the Sunshine City, and so here we have the sun out here today, and it is shining brightly on us. So I just have one question for everybody. Are we ready for Pride? Yeah! Now, this is the fifth time that we have raised the rainbow flag above City Hall. And each time that we have done so has been special. But this one feels a little extra special to me because I had this little re-election thing this last year. And one of the reasons really that I fought so hard and that we all fought so hard was that I was determined to keep this new tradition going and to ensure that Pride Weekend remained both a successful event and an event that was fully embraced by both sides of City Hall. And so here we are at our fifth flag raising on the eve of our 16th St. Pete Pride Weekend. And with us this morning is Luke Blankenship, the new Executive Director of St. Pete Pride. And I'd like to give him a chance to say a few words. Luke?
How's everybody doing? I hope y'all are bringing the pain and the love and the joy of St. Pete Pride this weekend. It's going to be an amazing event. I just wanted to say a couple words about thanks and diversity. So without the support of everybody here, whether you're media or you're just a member of our community, I got to tell you, without you, this event would not be possible. It would not go as well as it does this year. I'd also like to talk a little bit about the diverse crowd that we have today. I mean, there's few events that bring together groups of different ages, ethnicities, sexual orientations, gender identities, like Pride does. So in that, we should be very fortunate. We should count our blessings because this is an amazing event. This weekend, make sure to bring a beautiful smile, your positive attitude, and keep in mind that there is no experience like Pride because of the unique love and support that you'll feel from everybody who attends. So when you're there this weekend, make sure to smile and make sure to give everybody you see a big old hug, okay? Thank y'all.
Now, each time that we do this, we either invite a special guest to say a few words, or we announce our LGBT liaisons, as we did in 2014. And by the way, thank you to Jim Nixon and Marcus Hughes for being here, and for your work in our community. Or as a part of our flag-raising ceremony, we speak to relevant and often horrific events that are unfolding in this country. In 2015, it was the Charleston church shooting. In 2016, it was the massacre at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando. And this year, as we raise this flag, thousands of aspiring American citizens have been forcibly separated from their children, while their children are forced to sleep in cages or tents. Now, I understand the new president, or the president now intends to keep such families together, but the damage has been done to these families, to these children, and to America's good name and standing in the world. The ignorance, fear, and hatred leading to the persecution of these immigrant families is not unlike what minority groups throughout our history have experienced to various degrees. The Trump administration's actions are evil, but they're neither innovative nor groundbreaking. Nearly 50 years ago, LGBT Americans were the victims of a raid at the Stonewall Inn. It wasn't the first time they were harassed and targeted, and it wasn't the last time, but it was a significant milestone. It triggered the beginning of a movement. Progress has been made, and there is cause for celebrations like the ones we'll have this weekend, but we must keep fighting. We must keep advocating and keep voting to ensure we never, ever go backwards. And to conclude our remarks is one such advocate and fighter, a young man named Cole Faust, who works as the LGBTQ Youth and Transgender Program Coordinator at their Metro Wellness and Community Center. I have the great honor of leading this weekend's Trans March, and we felt it was appropriate to use this morning's flag-raising ceremony to highlight the trans community and one of our city's bright young leaders. Cole?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cole Faust, and I believe in love as a philosophy and a restorative tool in the world. Thank you to everyone who made today's ceremony possible. It's so amazing to see businesses, organizations, local leaders, and elected officials come together as champions of inclusivity. Can we give those people a round of applause, please? I'd like to share a little bit about how the city of St. Pete has helped me in leading and expressing my authentic self. I gained a whole new meaning for Pride Month this year because I only recently came out. I studied at the University of South Florida St. Petersburg, right down the road, graduated in December of 2014, and immediately after college, I joined a national service program called AmeriCorps National Civilian Community Corps. During that time, I led 8 young adults across the southern region of the United States through community service projects, working with Habitat for Humanity, American Red Cross, and other nonprofit agencies across the nation. I felt really inspired, and I found the work really rewarding. But I always felt a call back to the city of St. Pete. St. Pete is such a special place, and throughout all of my travels, I still never found anywhere quite like it.
There he is.
Rebound. Okay. Good to see you. Yes, it did. Well, what do you say? Yeah.